All right, thanks for calling me up. I was also in the overflow room. There's a great crowd up there. Hopefully a lot of them will come down. I really just want to give a shout out to the last two speakers. Thank you, Damon. Damon had a lot to say. I didn't catch your name, sir, but I really appreciate a lot that you had to say, too. I want to use my time on the mic to kind of encourage you to think about envisioning what positive alternatives look like. So I'm the one who signed up under the name of supportive housing. So my name's Nino, but let's just play along with this for a second. So it's really great to be here in Madison at the Dane County Board. Supportive housing is a thing that is, I haven't been in Madison in quite a while, and I hear that possibly the county might be considering some commitments to bring me back to Madison. What does it look like when I'm in your city, when supportive housing is in your city? And that might be hopefully in more than one city, not just Madison. It might be in Waunakee. It might be in Verona. It might be up in Westport or in some of the smaller towns out county. When supportive housing is available for people, there are options. There are options besides jail. And I hope that the supervisors who are on the Health and Human Needs Committee, where these proposals are going to be put forward, really seriously consider what making a significant investment in supporting supportive housing could make a difference in terms of how much space you need down the street for the jail. I like to talk about numbers that are easy to remember. So one thing that I put together was thinking about half and half. You think about racial equity and racial disparities in terms of who's upstairs, who's down the street in the jail, but also thinking in terms of who's homeless and who uses shelters in this county. Well, I think probably a lot of you already know that about half of the people in the jail on any given day are black folks. Also, about half of people in any given year who are single men or single women, so not families, but about half the people who use shelter services in the county also happen to be black. So when we think about when we're deciding what kind of investment we want to make in terms of where people are going to be, do we want to be spending $108 million on jail, or do we want to be spending money that could potentially support people so that they have a place to go? So that's the half and half. The 80-20 that I was thinking about is another easy one to remember. 20-80. Upstairs, down the street in the jail, somewhere around 20% of people don't have a permanent address, nowhere to go. Possibly many of them, if they had a place to go, could potentially be out on electronic monitoring. If they had something like the duplexes that the other gentleman described, they could possibly go there if their usual place of residence, if they had one, wasn't appropriate in the sheriff's opinion. Other people simply are only in jail because money bail hasn't been paid. But we know that about 1 in 5 people don't have an address to go to. Creating and supporting supportive housing would be one way to address that. The other piece of the 20-80 that I was just talking about is homeless families. I was talking about single folks before, but we know that homeless families who use shelter services in the county, so not just Madison, this is the entire county, about 80% of them are black families. So again, when you think about the commitment that this county has made to try to reduce racial disparities and do something about racial equity in a really meaningful fashion, investing in alternatives like supportive housing is a really important thing to do. And I strongly encourage you, when those amendments to the budget come before you, to seriously consider making a serious multi-million-dollar investment in,
you have 1 minute left,
in planning and actually starting to build supportive housing resources and other housing resources as well, instead of spending the money on $108 million to build more jail floors. So thank you.